I've decided to let a random number generator decide my fate. I might be stuck in Draenor for a week or play hours and hours of Castle Wars. There's 50 different options I could be stuck with. If you need more information, I thoroughly explained it in episode 1. This is RandomScape. Last episode, I spent 38 hours in Port Sarim. I started off the episode thieving a lot of men, getting around 3,000 coins. I made about 1,100 bronze arrows, and to finish off the week, I fletched, fished, cooked, and I murdered hundreds of cows. I got as many items as I could from around the Port Sarim area, to hopefully help me out in the future. Who knows? Alright, base 30s in melee, 52 fishing's pretty good, 26 thieving, that's all on men, 36 fletching got me a lot of money, but that total level is pretty high. This week's number is 4, so that would be Varrock. Alrighty. I received this diamond from a random event just before recording. I was going to do a walk around the area to see what Varrock had in store, but Romeo came up to talk to me, so I might as well help these lovebirds out.
Items needed. 1 Candavi berry. You can get this berry from...
Okay, so I'll start in the bottom left of town and try and work my way around. The sword shop with the only appealing item being the adamant longsword. The Blue Moon Inn, which who knew it had a basement. The start to Shield of Arav. The start of Family Crest. The fancy clothes shop. Tea stall. Maid shop. Rain shop. Armor shop. General store. Clothes. Potions. Staves. Tree patch. A sad boy. 3 yew trees. A level 21 shortcut. Camp of outlaws. 2 black knights. There's 3 bars in Varrock. I think they might have a problem. Sawmill, Earth Altar, First Mining Spot, What Lies Below, Mages, Second Mining Spot, Bush Patch, Trout, Salmon Fishing, a locked door that makes me very sad, Easy Slayer and Hunter levels, buying a house when I can afford it, and finally the Varrock sewers. I'm sure there's more. Now that I've got a pretty good understanding of the area, I need to just do something while I figure out what my game plan is. I decided on mining Ruinest because it's AFK, and it gives me time to think about the area. There's a lot of things I want to buy, like every one of the elemental staves, which at 1,500 is 6k, next being the mithril plate body, which is 5,200, as well as the studded top and legs costing 1,600. I don't need the adamant longsword, but if I get the money, I might just buy it for 3,200. Finally, I'll need to purchase a house. So in total, the minimum is 17,000 coins. Right at this moment, I'm thinking that Moss Giants will be the best moneymaker, so I'm going to mine some more and think about what else I could do. I decided to create a little chart with all the NPCs I found in Varrock. The top row is a list of somewhat good drops that I'm going to need in the future, like herbs, runes, and seeds. But most of all, I want to collect all the talismans. I'm going to need some money, and clearly Moss Giants are a big money maker. I want to get the Zamorak Monk top and bottom, which give a total +4 magic attack, +6 magic defense, and +6 prayer. I didn't forget about Bryophyta, and we'll get to that if I even get a Mossy Key. The way my stats are looking, it seems like I won't be able to get a kill without 37 prayer or really good food. I saw that I have an acorn in my bank, and I really want to plant it, but I forgot if I bought tools or not. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Come on. Yes! I realized I would need a plant pot way before realizing I didn't even have 15 farming. It's really easy to get ahead of yourself. I ended up figuring out you can just buy farming supplies from any gardener in the game. And I also forgot to grab a sardine while I was in Port Sarim. Oops. I'll just collect talismans. I'm looking for the air talisman. It's so nice to not get cowhides every single kill. Ended up getting an easy clue from these guys, which I'll need to roll a 14 for the Ardoon area. First number is 15. Wow, okay. 30, and 21.
Bye.
There it is. And that probably took 30 kills. Next up, we got the little demon children. I'm on the hunt for 4 beads, and I'm betting this is going to be more annoying than I think. Reset strength XP to 0. First kill. Second kill. Third kill. 16th kill. Mind Talisman on the 21st. And then, like you'd expect, I went a long time without the red bead. Like 100 plus kills. I was at it for almost 2 hours, but it's done. The final inventory was 6 yellow, 5 white, 3 black, 1 red. I started killing men for the Earth Talisman. I chose a spot next to the Varrock East Bank. It has 2 men in a small area, so it's not too bad. Ended up getting it pretty soon. I think it was in about 12 kills. I'm just going to stay up here and fill up the inventory with herbs. It ended up getting me just some low-level herbs, runes, bolts, and I think I only killed 91 men. Now that all the talismans I can get are collected, I'm going to try my luck with thieves. I believe there's one up at the Jolly Boar Inn. I don't know if the time it takes for one to drop is worth the money saved. If I were to just go to Moss Giants, I could probably just make the money to buy it. They drop herbs as well, so I'm just going to give it 20 minutes. The wiki says Staff of Air is dropped by thieves, but it doesn't appear in their drop table, so I'm just going to leave it alone so I don't waste time. I want to start killing Moss Giants, and they're weak to magic. So I want to get the Zamorak monk robes, but in order to get them, I need a telegrab. So I guess I'm stuck trying to kill them with what I have for now. I can start making money and slowly get my magic up to 31 for telegrab. If you can find a world, it's great, but sometimes you'll get a guy who's just hitting everything. Most likely a bot, so you end up not getting the drop, but it's pretty rare. I ended up meeting a lot of nice people who stayed to one Moss Giant. On my first trip, I was able to get 19 magic and 14 prayer. I ended it off by collecting some red spider eggs. Continuing my talisman hunt, I need to kill mages. After a few kills, I got the fire talisman, and towards the end of my trip, I got the water talisman. It drained my food way too quickly, but I'm glad I got lucky getting both in one go. Moss Giants ended up making very little money for me, and I really needed to buy these items before I left Varrock. So I went back to fletching, which I really enjoyed because I got to watch something while I did it. I thought about going to the willow tree spot I showed earlier since they would sell for more, but it was too far from a bank. I ended up cutting a lot of oak logs. I know it's not crazy like 10,000, but 2,500 logs is admirable. More AFK. I need to turn these things into shields and then sell them. So maybe after 15 or 16 hours of cutting and fletching, I ended up with 1,000 oak shields. These sell for around 32 each, so I just did 5 per world. Which, an hour and a half later, I never want to do that again. The world hop limit is a pain. I only messed up a few times, and some worlds already had a stack, so I didn't get the full amount. I'm going to finish Demon Slayer real quick before I forget. I shouldn't be surprised, but Demon Slayer requires me to go to the Wizard's Tower, so I'll just have to wait to finish this one. I mostly wanted to do this quest because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to spend my money on. I could buy runes to kill Moss Giants, or I could start buying the items I need from Varrock before leaving. If everything is around 16k, I'll have 11k to spend on runes. I'm going to try and get some drops from Moss Giants again and see how that goes. I know I could probably range these guys and save a lot of money, but I wanted to get my mage up. I'll probably switch at some point. And there's the first mossy key. Maybe if I get these stats up, I can try it. I highly doubt it. I think I only have about 10 hours left, but I'll try. Also, 500 total. Many kills later, I ended up getting a couple seeds, 1,000 coins, the second mossy key, a bunch of things to sell. I'm not sure if the loop half will sell for anything, so I'll just hold on to it. A couple herb seeds and a very lucky Renar seed. In total, 11,000 coins spent and 4.1 thousand made. However, now I'll have the magic level of telegrab, which will let me go and get the Zamorak monk robes, which I'll need more runes for. I could have done this before, but I'm just going to go around quick and get my checklist done. The elemental staves, the mithril plate body, studded top and bottom, and finally the adamant longsword. I'm going to spend the rest on runes and see if I get lucky with the monks. After many world hops and long respawn times, I got the bottom half, which will give me a +2 in magic and +3 in prayer. Same goes for the top, and it really wasn't that bad, only like 20 or 30 kills. Quick check on time, it's been about 30 hours in Varrock, and I'm struggling to figure out how I'm going to spend the next 10 hours. Before all that, you've got to see the current melee, mage, and range setup I've got going. This is what you can achieve in Port Sarim and Varrock. So the next few hours I just kind of hopped around to different things I thought might benefit me. I started with clay and mined over 200 to get myself 34 mining. I also did some pure S and got my first genie. I think the hardest thing for me to train in the beginning will be agility, unless I get locked into Trinome Village. I have around 7 hours to go, so I'm just going to train up some range on Moss Giants and collect whatever loot I can. First trip was just a bunch of junk. I alked all the armor drops, and I went from 21 to 32 range. Second trip, I kept the GP and runes on me so I could just keep track of how much I was making. I went from 32 to 37 range. I think these trips were taking like an hour apiece. Third trip, 4.4k, more seeds, 37 to 42 ranged. And I believe I did one more trip. I can't really remember because it was like a year ago. I took a really long break. I felt bad about having the mossy keys to fight Bryophyta, so I basically avoided the account. It was stupid, and with these stats, I clearly can't do it, but I felt like I was letting people down. Anyways, that brings me to a non-member account stuck in the Varrock sewers on his fourth trip. I'm going to check the time on this account and see if I can pick this back up. And I'm over. That's 81 hours and 48 minutes. So the 40 hours is done, and I can pick a new number. That kind of worked out. I went from total level 420 to 557 in 41 hours. I'd say a huge chunk of the time was spent chopping oak logs and mining rune essence. A smaller amount of time was spent exploring the area, but I don't think there's many secrets to Varrock anymore. I'll just quickly go through the bank and you can pause if you'd like. The moss giants ended up being pretty good for random items and seeds. Okay, bye.